Fern, here. We have a visit. We have a friend in the video right now that I'm going to tape. And I wanted to show you this adorable moment I'm having with little Miss Fern. She is a cat that I am helping to heal and also introducing back into the world again. I'm gonna also be adopting her. Pretty much, I've adopted her currently. But yeah, unfortunately, she was her and her sister were part of a family that all the kids had moved out of the house, and the mom and the dad had divorced, and the dad just didn't have time for the cat. So, not with evil intention or, malicious intention did he at all leave them in a space of, not being able to be cared for properly. This is all the time he had. So, because he was only able to stop by like every 2 or 3 days, he would just put a bunch of food and water out and litter. And if anybody understands cats, they need cleanliness. They are very, very clean animals. So when their litters get, more nasty than they should be and their space gets dirty, they're going to act out. Um, One of those things could be urinating on things. And so because of that, he had actually just had them confined to one space, and it didn't have much carpet and many places to sit. It just had this like cat tree. And again, this is not meant because this person that he is so loving. He's a kind human, and has only but love to spread. He felt so bad. He didn't want to give him back to a shelter, in case they got separated. And, so he had good intentions. It was just all he could do. And then I came along. So I was able to help not only turn their health around because they both her and her sister had situations going on where they they weren't healthy. The poor little things. They just, they need that interaction as well. They need humans. Like, it's like you put anything that is in a confined space. At least they had each other, but especially if they would have been, you know, singled out, in their own spaces on their own. But at least they had each other. However, that's isolation, and that takes away from your being, that's not what we're, here to do, is just be locked in one space. It takes away from who you are and what you're trying to do. So one of the ways that after I, was able to get them to trust, because they're both such little loving, cats. They were both, however, fronty clawed. This was by the person who had them. And so it's one of those situations where it's like, I don't feel comfortable letting them be outside without supervision, but we all know how important it is for us to be meditating and grounding our energies within Mother Earth. It's just as important for the animals to get their paws onto the earth, right? And so what you were just seeing right there was Fern. She's the past couple of weeks, she's finally gotten to a space where she's not freaking out by thinking I'm taking her somewhere, which I'm sure she's got trauma related to having her claws taken off. I know my cats did, because that was something that when I had them a total of 19 years. And so 19 years previous to that point, I was still very much doing what, my narcissistic parents did to our animals, thinking that was the right thing to do. And that I know better now, that's like breaking our arms to get their claws taken off. So anyways, I wanted to make sure that she was in a space where I felt I knew her too, where she wouldn't run and try to, leave the yard space. And if she did, it is what it is. But since it's been so long since her and her sister have been outside, and I don't actually know if they've been outside within this particular home space that their family had them at, because they had actually lived in another space previous to this current home. And so I wanted to start integrating them outdoors, and getting them to heal in another level of, putting their paws on Mother Earth and getting the the electrons from Mother Earth to come up into their bodies to help their bodies heal in a more efficient way. And here, I need to show you this. She's so proud right now. Look at her. Look at her. Fern! Yeah. Hi, girl. Say hello. Are you having fun? She's so cute. And it's just so, like, this right here, this is so healing for her, for me. Like, to be able to give her this freedom is so exciting for me. It's so fun to watch her like explore. She's just like, ooh, what are we gonna do now? And look at this piece of grass, and I'm gonna go chew on this piece of grass. And she's watching the squirrels like I would go across the fence on the back line here. And like, look at her tail. She is so excited, right? Anyways, I really thought that this was adorable and wanted to share this. This is something that I did with my own cats, since they had been front to cloud. Every place we lived in, I would always make sure that we would always have daily outside time. And I would just sit with them, Once I got comfortable in spaces, if I was there long enough, I would feel comfortable enough, like, if I had a back patio to the yard space I was in, especially when I was out in the mountains, they just, like, I would let them kind of hang out. I knew they wouldn't go too far. They were, by the time, they got older, they wanted to stay close to mama too, with all the trauma we had been through, I think. But at the same time, they wanted to be able to explore. And why not? Of course, they should be. They're cats, dude. Like, they need to be feeling like they're free, right? Just as much as we do. So, anyways, just a little bit to make y'all get a little excited about your own animals, and just as a reminder, that, like, you can just see the happiness in her as well. So, sending you all love from Fern. Say bye, Fern. Oh, sorry. I know that's a lot of sun right there. Can you say bye, Fern? There she is. I don't know if you can hear her cute little purrs. Like her little. Oh, she's just so happy, you guys. I love it. Oh, Fernie. Oh, Fern's good girl. Fern's a good girl. Fernie's a good girl. Good girl, Fern.